You know, communication is the key. If you don't talk, nothing's gonna get fixed. And when you spend all that time in silence, you're just letting that issue grow. It's like leaving a little crack in the foundation of your house eventually. It's gonna crumble. So don't let silence be the villain. Talk it out. Don't let 3 hours of silence turn into 3 weeks of regret. You're wasting your time. Your time is too valuable. The power of communication, the importance of honest and open conversations within a family, addressing issues before they become big problems now. Let's talk about communication. It's the foundation of everything. If you're not communicating, you're not living. You're just existing. A lot of us believe that silence will solve problems, but in reality, silence just lets them fester. It lets that tiny crack turn into a fault line. You've got to speak up. But here's the thing, communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening too. I'm talking about real listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you truly listen to someone, when you hear what they're saying, you show them that their feelings matter. And when you open up, when you're vulnerable, you give them permission to do the same. Too often we shut down, assuming we know what the other person is thinking or feeling. But guess what? You don't. Nobody's a mind reader. Communication is a bridge, not a wall. If you want to fix things, you've got to build that bridge brick by brick. And it's a two-way street. You can't be a one-sided communicator, just speaking your truth while ignoring the other person's. The more you engage, the more you create opportunities for resolution, for healing, and for growth. So remember this. Don't let pride, fear, or ego rob you of the chance to fix what matters. If you don't talk, you don't grow. And if you don't grow, you can't move forward understanding differences, how recognizing and respecting each family member's perspective can foster harmony. Now, let's talk about understanding differences. Look, we're all raised differently. We all come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different perspectives. And if you're being honest with yourself, those differences can be a source of friction. But here's the thing. Those differences are what make us stronger. They're the spice of life, the unique flavors that make up the family recipe. The challenge isn't the differences, it's how we choose to handle them. Too many times we think that being right is the goal, but that's the wrong mindset. The goal isn't to prove who's right and who's wrong. The goal is to build understanding, to meet each other where we are, not where we want the other person to be. When you truly understand someone, when you see the world through their eyes, you realize that their perspective isn't wrong, it's just different. And that's powerful. When you take the time to understand, you disarm conflict. You make it possible to disagree without creating division. You learn that respect doesn't require agreement. It just requires acknowledgement. So, next time you're in a disagreement, stop and ask yourself, asterisk, am I listening to understand? Or am I just trying to be heard? Asterisk in the end, if you can accept the differences and appreciate them for what they are, you unlock the potential for real connection. That's where true strength lies: emotional intelligence, the need for self-awareness and empathy during disagreements to avoid escalating conflict. Let's dive into emotional intelligence, because this is where a lot of us miss the mark. Emotional intelligence isn't just a buzzword, it's the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, and to recognize and influence the emotions of others. Now, when you're in the middle of a heated argument with a family member, your emotions are going to run high. That's natural. But emotional intelligence is knowing how to handle those emotions so they don't handle you. We've all been there. You feel disrespected, hurt, or misunderstood, and in that moment your first instinct is to react. But let me tell you, reacting isn't the answer. Responding is. When you react, you're just letting your emotions control the situation. But when you respond, you've taken a step back. You've processed your feelings, and now you're approaching the situation with clarity, not chaos. Emotional intelligence means being self-aware enough to know when you're about to lose control. It means pausing, taking a deep breath, and choosing your words carefully. It's about empathy, too. Recognizing that the person you're arguing with has emotions, struggles, and feelings just like you. So, before you fire back with something sharp, think about what their heart is going through. The power of emotional intelligence lies in this. Control the moment, and you control the outcome. It's the difference between tearing each other apart and building each other up. The role of forgiveness, how forgiveness can heal wounds, even if the situation seems irreparable. Now let's talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. People think it's about letting the other person off the hook. But forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. Holding onto grudges is like carrying a backpack full of rocks. Every ounce of anger, resentment, and bitterness weighs you down. You may think you're punishing the other person, but the truth is you're the one suffering. And the longer you hold onto that weight, the more it eats away at your peace, your joy, and your ability to move forward. Forgiveness isn't easy, though. It's not about excusing the hurt. It's about releasing yourself from it. When you forgive, you take back control over your emotions and your future. You stop allowing the past to define your present. And listen, I get it. You may feel that forgiving someone means you're condoning what they did. But in reality, forgiveness is an act of self-care. It's freeing yourself from the prison of your own emotions. Forgiveness doesn't mean everything goes back to normal. It means you're no longer chained to the past. It means you're choosing to move forward without letting bitterness drag you down. At the end of the day, forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's for you. And when you forgive, you're telling the universe that you're ready for peace, ready for growth, and ready to love again. Time is precious, how precious family time is, and why it's important not to let small disagreements steal that time. Time is something we take for granted, but it's the one thing we can never get back. You've got 24 hours in a day, and let's be honest, how many of those hours are spent on petty arguments, on fighting over things that won't matter a year from now? Think about it. How much time do you waste angry, upset, or holding on to past hurt when you could be using that time to create memories, to laugh, to grow with the people you love? We're all guilty of it, right? We let a disagreement rob us of precious time, time that we can't replace. When you're sitting at the dinner table with your family, or when you're together for a holiday or a special occasion, the clock is ticking, and you're either using that time to strengthen your bond or to pull further apart. And when those moments are gone, they're gone. You can't rewind. Time is the one resource that's finite. You can always make more money. You can find new opportunities. But once time's gone, it's gone forever. Don't waste it fighting over the small stuff. Don't let 3 hours of family frustration turn into a lifetime of regret. So let me ask you, how are you spending your time today? Use it wisely, because when you look back, what you'll regret isn't the things you didn't do. It's the time you spent on the things that didn't matter. The importance of unity, reminding everyone that despite challenges, family is the core that should remain unshaken. Here's the truth, folks, in this world, the only thing that really matters at the end of the day is your family. The work, the money, the success, it all fades, but family, your people, they're your foundation. They're the ones who know you, love you, and have seen you at your best and worst. But here's the kicker. Family is not automatic. It's not just about blood. It's about the bond you nurture, the connection you invest in. You've got to build it, protect it, and fight for it. You can't just expect your family to stay strong if you're not putting in the work. It's easy to get distracted by everything else, the career, the goals, the distractions of life. But what you forget in that moment is that when all that stuff falls away, it's your family that's going to catch you. It's them who will pick up the pieces. So ask yourself, how much energy are you putting into maintaining that unity? Are you strengthening the ties or letting them unravel? The strongest families aren't the ones with no problems. They're the ones that keep coming together, no matter how tough it gets. Family is the core, and if you don't protect it, you risk losing everything that truly matters. Stay united, and nothing can break you.